Oh, what's going on, everybody? This is 2A Taco Tuesday with E-Honda and friends. And my boom on my microphone, I need a new one. It's starting to lose its integrity, and it's kind of annoying. But that's a me problem. How are you guys doing tonight?
Hey. I just ended my chat so I could be here with you, big dog.
Right on. Welcome. We got a never enough ammo again tonight.
This is goddamn unheard of.
I know.
No, what's unheard of is I'm here.
And Night Strike? Whoa, I didn't even see that. Holy fuck.
A wild night strike came out of the grass.
There's a wild Night Strike who's here. How are you doing, man?
I've been better, but I'm surviving.
Oh no.
Yeah. How's the recovery going from the floods and stuff?
Well, the roof collapsed on my shed because of the Hurricane Helene, so I'm dealing with that, and I've got a bunch of trees I'm still dealing with because, these big 30, 40, 50-year-old trees that just fall down when a hurricane or strong winds come through, and it's like a pain in the ass because they're all covered with the vines and the kudzu that's down here. It's ridiculous.
Is that green shit that covers everything?
Yeah. It's all over South Carolina and Georgia.
Yeah, it's like impossible to get rid of.
Yeah, you literally have to burn it out.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No Duke? Or did he pass out after his chat?
I have no idea. I sent him link. What is it? Soulless Ginger here too. Wow, we got like a full fucking house tonight, man. Crazy.
Wild ginger.
A wild ginger.
Yeah.
What up, Corey?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Good. We got a tactical tuna. What's going on, homie?
Hey. Nothing much. Just hanging out.
Word. Pat Riot is here as always.
Hi, guys. Who's Tactical Tuna? Is that a new guy?
I'm just some random guy. I just infiltrated.
Yeah, just some rando.
I can smell you.
Another
I don't know.
Tejas.
I asked Honda to send me a link one day, and he just sends them. So sometimes I just show up.
Killer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Welcome.
That's how Duke got his start. That's how Tactical Muffin Top got his start. And ironically, that's how I got my start, but on Never Enough Ammo's channel. So I like to pay it forward and, invite people on. And, if you're a complete douche, then you never get a link again. But
Yeah, we've had a couple of those, haven't we?
yeah, it's happened. I'm not going to say it's not happened.
We're not going to name names either. But
I must have been a douche at once because I got them and then stopped.
That sucks.
Comment.
Now they know.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Duke, baby.
I must have said something wrong.
Gave me my first shot at
What up, homie?
Dude,
Sorry, I was in
check
my
your,
chat.
Discord messages.
Was that your first chat too, Mr. Ginger?
Yes, you were. You're the one that you sent me a link. I think shortly after my mom passed away, and then you got me on Matt chat.
All right. What about Leo? Whose chat were you on first?
I think he was on one of Matt's chats first.
No, I think it was Honda's. No, wait.
Yeah. Honda for the fucking win, baby.
But we all have our daddy of Never Enough Ammo.
Right.
He spawned all of us.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
The super ironic thing is, like, I was like really, really sick one day, right? And I had to take a couple of days off of work, which at that point in my life, like, never fucking happened ever. And so I found myself sitting around, super sick, like, couldn't smoke weed, couldn't go outside, couldn't do anything, and I was just like, I'll just watch YouTube. And I found all of these, like, humorous gun videos that this dude made called the Yankee Marshall, right? And I just I just was like, oh, that's funny. Oh, this one was funny. And then I just like sat down and watched like all of his fucking videos because I was sick as fuck and I had nothing else to do, literally.
His staged hijinks, that's funny, but when he starts talking about shit, turn him off.
And then I caught a live chat. I was like, oh, there's a live chat. Okay, let me watch the live chat. I didn't know that they did that. Cool.
Yeah, there's like some background music going on.
That might be intentional.
Oh.
Is that Matt doing that?
What? No.
Jeez, we were all just giving you homage.
I was blocking that shit out like it wasn't even happening.
Yeah.
People in the chat were getting distracted.
Is it
Their
bad?
ADHD was going nuts.
Wait, is this one better?
If you're ADD, you can just block it out. You don't even hear it.
This is true white noise. It actually makes me focus better.
This is
I
way
guess
better.
I'm ADD because I can just block shit out and not even hear it.
It's like a superpower.
You know, you're
If
a
you're
dad.
if you're
You're
if
a
you're
dad.
What'd you say, dude?
You're a dad. That's why you get blocked.
Yeah.
Block it out.
Yeah, that ain't no lie. Parents are good at blocking kids shit out.
Yep.
But anyway, I was watching all these fucking live streams, and like they were talking about stuff that I liked, and like he would talk about stuff that I disagreed with, though. Like Yankee from day one, the very first chat I ever watched, I'm like, like what the fuck, dude. But I kept watching because there was most stuff that I did agree with, and actually at the time, like they were a little bit more hardcore 2A than me because I hadn't really got into fucking doing anything 2A at all. I just had some guns and thought they were cool. You know what I mean? And Never Enough Ammo showed up on a chat. I think it was whatever Thursday night chat you guys would do, where it was like you and fucking G-Webs and I don't know if other people were there. I can't remember. It was a really long time ago. But I was like, man, I really agree with this guy. Like, these other people kind of suck. But, like, he's saying the things that I would have said if I was there, is what I kept thinking.
Harsh.
And then I was like, oh, you do chats. And then I started watching your chats instead of Yankees. And the rest is history.
It was a wise decision.
Yeah.
I still
Touche.
pop in on Yankees chats here and there, but I'm actually completely shadow banned from his chat somehow. He's gone through the list and said that I'm not banned, but no matter what I do, my chats don't show up on my. I have like a second channel. Oh, someone's trying to join. Oh man, we got too many people here. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, other person.
Yeah, we got tactical tuna.
I just realized I've been following Never Enough for forever. Like, I remember his old videos when he had hair still, and he was like driving around making videos.
Yeah, so do I.
That was a long time.
Man, that is
No,
real rough.
No, what's even longer is I remember the chats and gun channels that we used to have, in the lobbies, and Matt and Yankee would jump in and argue.
Yeah, those are the great days when they.
You
would
remember
fucking
those,
just
Matt,
go
right?
at it.
G-Webs would just be doing whatever in the chat as usual, and then Yankee would jump in because we're having a conversation that he has to have an opinion on, and then you jump in and tell him he's wrong.
The fucking screaming matches and shit were fucking.
Yeah. Those were.
I still to this day, I believe I am the only person to ever, in any way, shape, or form, get Yankee to rage quit a chat.
Yeah, I remember that one too. That was great.
And I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
So
He likes to rage mute when he's in control of the chat, and
Yes,
and
he
I'm
does.
saying something he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He'll mute me and then make his point, and then fucking, I don't know. It's so infuriating. Fucking
He muted
debating
me on a
him.
couple of chats I was on his too.
It's just infuriating debating someone who's going to do that to you. At least like let someone have their say. And I get like if I was so overbearing that I wasn't letting him get a word in edgewise, and he was just trying to finish a sentence or something, so he muted me. That would be one thing. But if, like, I'm in the middle of a sentence and he just mutes me because like some presupposition I made is different than the presupposition that he has, and he has to clarify it. Like, fuck that, dude. You can clarify it when I'm fucking done. Like, let me get my point out so people understand what I'm trying to say, so that people understand that, hey, there's a different way of thinking about this, maybe. So that there's a different, like, logical fucking string that you can go down, and maybe if you understand it and you steel man it and then refute it, maybe you'll change my mind. But no, you won't do that. So you're not going to change anyone's mind, and you're certainly not going to educate anyone who's actually watching the channel and fucking trying to glean any information from it. But whatever. Just pointing out why I don't watch Yankee, I guess. Anyway.
That's why if you're going to do real debates, you need to do them on a third person's channel so they can have the power to give each person debate style.
Well, it would be better to, like, if I was to debate Yankee, to do it on, like, Never Enough Ammo's channel. And have him be like, okay, here's the question, blah, 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 you get 2 minutes or something. Like, actually do a debate. Bro, I'm not saying I would absolutely destroy Yankee, but I would absolutely destroy fucking Yankee on
That would be a great fucking segment for sure to watch.
Because, like, if he can't mute me and he can't talk over me and he can't fucking shout me down when I'm in the middle of my sentence and fucking, like, distract me by, like, getting me upset about stuff and angry, because that's what he does. It's all fucking tactics that, especially when you're in an unmitigated situation, you can just do, you know? And I can do that too. Like, I could fucking totally just, like, antagonize someone and then interrupt them, and then when they get angry, like, make fun of them and get them even, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you do that shit. It's like fucking going on CNN and expecting things to go well if you're Trump.
When was the last time Yankee was on your chat, Matt?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was one night when I was like, hey, Yankee, you better come on Never Enough Ammo's chat. You're being called out. Or I forget what I said. And he was like, oh, I'll show up. Jesus. So we got some Twitter stories and stuff, and we're talking about guns a little bit tonight, but we're also going to be talking about UFOs quite a bit, because there's a lot of UFOs, at least in my feed, that I've been, and I don't know if it's like a matter of what...
Are they all in Michigan or just most of them?
I'm not sure.
Hey, you better knock that off right now.
How many anal probes in Michigan around Duke?
Listen, I got.
They're
I got
landing in
all
all the cornfields.
It's all real, baby.
Here we have a couple of photos of U.S. soldiers seizing weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Because between that,
government.
Oh, good.
I was saying that's a lot of government cheese.
I miss government cheese. That shit was good.
Between the gold, the oil, and the poppy fields, we didn't really protect much else, did we?
No.
Hasn't there been verified proof that a lot of that gold was directed directly to Israel?
That's just...
Oh, gosh! I hate you. I hate you.
Poor dude.
Poor dude.
He's never going to live that down. I have it like loaded, ready to go at any time.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's
That was
so
a
bad.
fucking hilarious chat too, by the way.
Yeah. So this is my favorite way to deal with the police.
It does sound pretty good. We'll have to go to another location. Yeah, we probably hit Battle Creek. There we go.
Everyone take notes. You're standing on the street. You're talking with your friend. 2 cops come up to you. What do you do?
Yeah.
Start talking about the Taco Bell menu, bro.
I do like.
Yeah, that Crunchwrap Supreme is fucking delicious, but it's like $7 fucking now. It's ridiculous.
Hey man, the price of horse meat went up.
They're charging $5 for that. Are they really? Really? It must be that sour cream.
This is great.
I always add extra sour cream, so that puts it over $5. Yeah, really does.
So they're talking about food, and the police are trying to interject, right?
Right.
I mean,
And they're not acknowledging the police at all.
Presumably, the police were called there for something that, whatever. I don't know.
Or something.
Guys, they were going to question them, or they're suspects or something, and they were going to talk to them. But you don't have to talk to them. And this is the best way to not talk to them.
It is nice.
Just don't talk to them.
Right.
Don't even
I was worried
acknowledge.
about that at first, but it didn't
What are they
travel
going to do?
this far.
Tease
I
you
was
for
worried
not
that
saying
people
like
were
hello?
gonna travel over here, but it didn't.
They
Yeah,
could.
probably. Black.
Well, okay.
They take people for less.
That's also true.
They'll say something like stop reaching or something. Then
So did you guys see the video of the Nazi Trump supporters who were in the fucking boat?
No, I did not see that coming.
Because we played it on last night's chat.
They're going fast, and
did you play this part?
Yes. That's where you saw it, dude.
Whatever, it's still fucking great. We can show it again.
It was Antifa though, right?
Everybody
there were
hates
some
Illinois
fucking
Nazis.
Antifa twats.
They're Illinois Nazis.
Yeah, I thought they were
Did
Antifa.
Did they hit that bridge or something?
They might have pushed them into
like
it,
they
or they might have like tried to like steer away from them to avoid the fucking that. Yeah, they totally hit it.
It's really small for me. I couldn't see.
That's what she said.
Bazinga.
Shots fired over the bow.
So look at this thing. Is this a UFO? Did you see that? Here, I'll play
I've
it again.
seen a lot of alien stuff today.
Is that why Duke duked out?
Look how fast that thing went, bro. It was like a helicopter, and then it took off like the Starship Enterprise. That's more like impulse than warp. But it went to impulse speed, which is pretty fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it said it had to catch Duke Liberty's live stream.
You know what? It smelled tactical muffin top armpits. It was like,
Then it smelled deliciousness, baby. Because that's one thing I do is smell delicious.
It went to track Duke down because Duke left the chat.
oh, Duke already left?
It seems like it's.
Duke gone.
Yep.
Damn it, Duke.
It seems like it's overcast, and that could be like a spotlight.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. Like
It wouldn't have a tail then, though, would it? It wouldn't have a tail.
It's some sort of a fucking object, dude. There's no way that's a spotlight.
Nah.
We've all seen spotlights or a laser pointer in the sky. You know what that looks like.
Yep. You know what? I haven't seen a spotlight in a long time.
Yeah, because they're afraid of like showing the aliens that are up there at night.
We ran out of bat signals for everybody.
That was just a drone.
There's also a lot of alien ships in the water too.
I wouldn't be surprised though, if this was like some Lockheed Martin shit though, that they're just like testing out. You know, someone just happened to catch on camera. That's what Elon Musk thinks it is. That's what Elon Musk thinks it is.
I mean, a lot of that's been man-made technology for decades now.
Oh shit! Who's the vanilla gorilla?
Oh, come on.
You just made a bird sound.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is that Shot Red?
What's up?
Okay. Preston Garvey dropped in $5. Thanks, man. It says, I can't wait for the headline. Denver man kills Washington over the internet in heated debate. I think you're looking for Washingtonian. Denver man kills Washingtonian over internet heated debate. I like that.
Do it.
Are that what they call Washingtonians?
Yep.
Here we have another one. Now, there's multiple in this one, and they're kind of floating around, and they look like they're alive. You can see the fucking timer. It doesn't look like they're moving fast, but if they're that high in the sky, they're hauling ass. Like, what are these? Are they drones? Are they helicopters? Are they commercial flights that are just zigzagging back and forth? Some sort of military flight? Why do they disappear?
And they're gone.
Or some ghost orbs.
Have you seen the one that's like that, but it has like 30 of those things, and they get brighter?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 6 of them.
Yeah, there's another video where there's like with that whole
now
big
there's 3
thing.
I mean, that tends to be common seeing a lot of UFOs dancing around in groups.
I mean, maybe flares, I guess, would be the explanation here. I'm not sure what the explanation would be on that one. What do you guys think?
I've heard different theories about why there's more and more UFO sightings.
No, I'm talking about these ones specifically. What do you think this could be if it's not a UFO?
It's a weather balloon.
I don't know.
It's totally a Chinese weather balloon.
It could be planes just going different directions.
Oh no, they shot down my shitty weather balloon. So this is from my ballot today. I took a picture of this. Proposition KK. This is in Colorado. Proposition KK, statutory. Shall state taxes be increased by $39 million annually to fund mental health services, including for military veterans and at-risk youth, school safety and gun violence prevention, and support services for victims of domestic violence and other violent crimes, authorizing a tax on gun dealers, gun manufacturers, and ammunition vendors at the rate of 6.5%, the net taxable sale from the retail sale of any gun precursor part, or ammunition, with the state keeping and spending all of the new tax revenue as voter-approved revenue change.
You realize that that's going to get taken to court fast if it passes.
I'm not surprised by this because in my state now they're trying to do some shit too with the whole parts thing. So they like when you get certain guns, I think because most likely Newsom's going to sign it. They when they mean to destroy the gun, they're going to destroy the whole fucking gun.
Isn't that a direct violation of the Lawful Commerce and Arms Act?
Probably.
Well,
should be.
It probably is. It's also against the Second Amendment, but Democrats gonna Democrat.
Yeah. Exactly. Democrat hard, bro.
See, my thing in all of this, like beyond the tax, the extra tax that it puts on everybody who wants to buy anything gun related, it's the school safety and gun violence prevention. Like, what does that mean? It could mean a lot of things that are bad. You know what I mean? And really, when you write it that ambiguously, where you're just like, oh, we're going to spend $39 million on gun violence prevention and school safety. Okay. Literally, what the fuck does that fucking mean? Like, literally, what the fuck does that fucking mean? Oh, so it means whatever you fucking want it to mean. It means at that time, okay, we passed this bill, so we said we're going to spend money on gun violence prevention. So here's a bunch of money for officers for red crime law or red flag laws, so you can just go into people's houses and take their shit. Because Trump said take the guns first, so that gave us a green light to do it. That's the one fucking thing that Trump did that I'm like, God fucking damn it.
Yep. To me, it sounds almost like we have to pass the bill in order to see what's in it.
Yeah, kind of. Well, here it is they're just going to hide all the money and say they're using it for this shit.
Yep, that too. But the way that Honda wrote it, it sounded like, it's like helping out mental stuff, and they pulled the okey doke on you. About gun stuff.
Well, since that's the Democrat proposed proposition, so is the third K on that silent?
Calhoun says, in my state, it's a crime to take a picture of your ballot. Really?
Calhoun lives in Colorado.
Yeah, it used to be that way. I know here in Illinois it used to be that way, but I think they changed it.
So you voted yes for that, right?
Obviously. Because I'm both gay and ambiguous.
Ambiguously gay.
So I found out in the last day or so that issue 1 that they're trying to pass here in Ohio is actually like 10 times worse than I thought it was, because the 15 people that would be selected for the commission can basically never be fired even if they're lying about who they actually are. So they can put 15 miles main action people on there.
Nice.
I actually haven't voted yet. I've got the thing right here.
I voted.
It's got we've got Amendment 79 is to change the Colorado Constitution to recognize abortion as a right.
Jesus Christ.
We've got Amendment 80 is to amend the Colorado Constitution to establish right to choose schools. I kind of like that one, actually. Proposal JJ, which is without raising taxes, Colorado is going to keep all the money that they were going to give back to people. Proposition 127, change the Colorado revised statute concerning prohibition of hunting mountain lions, lynxes, bobcat. So they want to stop killing predators in Colorado, which is great for ranchers and children.
Mm-hmm.
So, like here.
What?
No, I mean, we can't do that either.
Yeah, you're fucking retarded California, dude.
Exactly.
Well, mind you, that certain states think alike, so you're more in our group.
Yeah, we're retarded. We're becoming retarded California too. Fucking retardism spread like monkeypox to us.
It's because of the retarded. It's because of the retarded Californians in Colorado.
Exactly. You're becoming Little Kelly.
Hey, Texas is getting a shitload of Cali people. Get ready.
Yeah, no, and I'm fucking sick of it.
Proposition 128.
I love it.
Shall there be a change to the Colorado revised statute concerning parole eligibility and the offender convicted of certain crimes in connection therewith, requiring an offender who is convicted with a second-degree murder, first-degree murder, class 2 felony kidnapping, sexual assault, first-degree arson, first-degree burglary, etc., to serve 85% of the sentence imposed rather than 100%. So reducing time for really violent criminals.
Jesus Christ.
Change the Colorado statute to new veterinary professional associate. I don't care about that. Peace officer training and support. What is this one? Approximately $350 million for peace officer training and support. That's kind of scary, maybe.
That they don't need.
No, police officers suck at shooting and shit. They need all the support they can fucking get.
We need less of them.
I don't see a downside in any training for your police.
Yeah, because
They're
what?
good enough training as it is they're not fucking retaining it, or they don't care to do it, or it's not that they're not trained, they're just not trained properly. So more training isn't the fucking answer. We need either better police or less police.
Okay, and the last major one on here is they're trying to make it so that everyone can vote in every primary. So if you're a Democrat, you can vote in the Republican primary in Colorado. And if you're a Republican, you can vote. Or if you're independent, you can vote in whoever's. It doesn't matter. You can vote for whoever at any point. Because like right now, the way it works, if you want to vote in the Republican primary, you have to be a Republican.
Primaries.
What's that?
In my state, if you're an independent, you can vote in both primaries.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I'm kind of ambiguous about that one. I don't really care.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Open primaries is a really bad deal because that's how Democrats have been fucking over primaries for decades now.
Oh, that is true, because they can be like, oh, we want Nikki Haley.
Yeah, well, it's not even just that. They will specifically have a bunch of people vote for Republican and vote the worst Republican possible to be against like a halfway decent Democrat, just so they can get that shitty Democrat back in office most times.
Right, like Nikki Haley.
Yep.
Like you just spelled out Nikki Haley's fucking whole...
My hero.
Well, you know, there's a reason why she didn't even win the state of South Carolina.
Dude, I was looking at the what is it? The Republican primary for 2024 in Colorado, and Nikki Haley won several fucking counties in Colorado.
Yet she failed to win her own damn state.
Yep.
I'm just saying, like, there's
the
several
state she was governor of. I'm just throwing this out here, okay?
Yeah.
The state she was governor of, she couldn't win, but Trump could. What does that tell you about Nikki Haley?
She's a good, upstanding, moral person.
Nobody cares about her anymore.
Yeah, he's shit Neo Cohen.
Kind of like how Waltz's whole family is voting for Trump and not their own family member.
I guess I was kind of wondering how many Democrats register as Republicans so that they can vote for shitty Republicans in the primary. Because if you are registered Republican, you can still vote You can vote whoever the fuck you want when it's voting time. It's just a matter of like who you can like primary for. And if they take this away, then there's no point in even like registering Republican or Democrat. Really, you might as well just switch to independent.
Right. To me, that just sounds
Or,
like
you know,
legal
like
voting.
the whole idea of fucking registering as anything is fucking retarded anyway, which is why it doesn't make any goddamn sense. And all you back-asswards fucking retarded states that force people to register and lock in something when we should have fucking choice. I should be able to vote for whoever the fuck I want in whatever goddamn primary I want, whenever the fuck I want to, whenever I decide to change my fucking mind because parties get all fucked up. So the whole idea of registering to a fucking party and that's the only thing you can vote for is a fucking retarded idea anyway. Thank God we don't have to do that bullshit in Texas. You just
I'm actually saying it's a good idea, dude.
Yeah, I like just being able to fucking go in and they ask you in primary time, would you like to vote in the Democrat or the Republican primary? Mm-hmm. And then they hand you one or the other, and you can only have one.
But
that's it.
I'm of the opinion that if you're gonna go and vote, you should be able to prove that you're a U.S. citizen eligible to vote.
Yep, we used our licenses here like smart people.
Yep,
because you know, I don't want 10 million people coming into this country illegally and then being allowed to vote in states where are Democrat bastions.
Yeah, but
think about this.
30 million.
And across
think about this. What is the only logical reason to not require voter ID?
So you can rig an election.
Exactly. It's not because like black people can't get IDs or fucking whoever can't fucking figure out how to get to the voting place, you know, because they're like, whatever, dude. That's an excuse. It's not a fucking thing that can actually be shown statistically to even matter 1%, let alone fucking a actual percentage that matters, you know. So yeah, like that. They just use that as a bludgeon to beat people over the head as a tool to win elections by cheating.
But the funny thing on that, I had a supervisor that argued me against that, and I'd shoot his ass out.
From what I've been hearing, they're giving the illegals IDs as soon as they cross the border, so they can vote.
Right. Well,
who was that?
They give you an ID even if you're illegal.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a driver's license in Colorado if you live in Ecuador, or if you're from Ecuador. They're just like, okay, you're in Colorado. Here's your Colorado license. Also, while you're getting your driver's license, would you like to register to vote? Because that's where they do it, is at the DMV.
Yeah.
Was that Biden who said that black people couldn't get licenses because they were too stupid?
They don't know how to work a computer.
Yeah, so they can vote without a license. Smooth move.
Yeah, again, literally, there's only one reason why you would not require voter ID. And there's every reason, especially when you live in a country with tens of millions of people who are here illegally who do not have the right to vote, to specifically require a ID to differentiate between the two. Mm-hmm. Again, this election needs to be postponed. It needs to be postponed until they can go through the voter rolls and kick people out who aren't supposed to be in them. It needs to be postponed until they can come up with systems in every state that can prove to the citizens of the state that the vote in that state is provable and repeatable and verifiable and trustworthy. And until they do that, like, it doesn't matter who wins, dude. If a Republican wins, if Trump wins, the Democrats are going to say it was a Trump-Russia gate all over again. Mm-hmm. If a Democrat wins, you guys already know what we're going to say because it's fucking bloody obvious what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Honda, if you want a white pill, check out the private chat. Put a link in there.
Are you going to mail in your ballot, or are you going to hand deliver it? I've been hearing a lot of people that are getting their mail-in ballots. They're going to hand deliver them because they don't trust, obviously, the post office and where it's going.
I don't think it matters in my state, but
he's already fucked.
Yep, same here with me.
So glad you're here to say those.
Yeah, but like they said, even in New York, where in AOC's district, if something like 60% of the Republicans in her district voted, that district would go Republican because so little people actually vote that it can make a difference if you just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is showing that Arizona trumps up 1.1, Nevada trumps up 0.5, Wisconsin, which I predicted would go to Harris because of their voting things that they're doing there, is Harris up by 0.3, Michigan Trump up by 1, Pennsylvania Trump up by 0.3. What is this? North Carolina Trump up by 1.4, and Georgia Trump up by 0.7.
What's the number for California?
That's just projected right now.
Well, that's like the real
that's the
clear
RCP
politics.
average, by the way. That's the average. So that's not even like one poll. That's an aggregate of all the polls.
Right. Yeah. That's what.
And this Trump has literally never polled this well, like ever. Like he's polling better than he ever did against like Hillary or Biden.
So right
because
now,
a lot of people are fed up with with what they've got.
If things go the way that they're predicting in this model, it's going to be Harris Waltz 236, Trump Vance 302.
I saw a video earlier where they're already saying that Trump, with us saying that Trump is polling better and winning by landslide, is misinformation. That we're just spewing misinformation. And
yeah, of course the media is going to say that just to try and get Harris and Walz, better polling numbers.
To me, has been doing that for like dealing with polling for what, more than 30 years.
I mean, did you see how they stonewalled Vance? When he was having the debate with Walz,
Smoked him.
Even though Vance really smoked Walz, the fact is that the actual news company tried to stop Vance when he was explaining things several times, but they let Walz go on and on. You noticed that?
Oh yeah, I also noticed Waltz looked like a deer in headlights. His eyes were fucking wide open, and he looked terrified. Especially when Vance would tell him he's wrong, and then tell him how he's wrong and stuff.
He looked like he was on crack, personally.
Yeah,
or on some form of
amphetamines.
Speed. Amphetamines, yes.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're tired, then fucking do it tired, because it needs to get done. Fuck your shit. Get it fucking done. If you're tired, do it fucking tired. I like that. Unknown.
I do like that.
So many times in my life, it's like, fuck, dude, I'm so tired. Oh, well, got to do it anyway, Just that's the way it is. That's part of being a fucking man. Sucks. Sucks being a man. Kind of wish I was a soft-ass bitch so I could sit around and fucking eat bonbons and complain about bullshit, It
has its advantages at times.
Wait, you mean when you're tired, some people don't just do the shit they don't want to do anyway?
Yeah, some people give up.
I thought that was just daily life since like the age of 13 for me.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired every goddamn day.
I think we're from a different generation, honestly.
He was on hard mode.
You really are, dude. There's so many people in my generation that are fucking lazy cucks.
Yeah.
I have to do their work. I have to pull their fucking weight.
Wait, you're near my age, ain't you? Nothing.
32, bro.
Yeah, I'm 33.
Dude, we got bitches around us.
He's the baby of the chat.
Hey, you guys remember when girls were just tomboys and their parents didn't put them on puberty blockers?
Oh, yeah. Them tomboys are some of the hottest fucking chicks, too.
Yeah, and then like 10 years later, they're wearing a mini skirt, and you're like, oh my God.
You're like, oh, shit.
It's right.
They put on that homecoming dress for the first time, and you're like, oh, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
So apparently after the Coachella rally, some leftist went through and vandalized and destroyed hundreds of cars belonging to Trump supporters.
Wow.
Wow.
What a fucking piece of shit.
And this is the only place that I even heard about it was on Twitter, of course. Like, honestly, dude, like, everyone needs to be on Twitter. It's one of the free speech bastions that's left on social media and the internet that you can still access, that's still mainstream, that has a lot of users. It's the place to fucking be, dude.
It's the new water cooler.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
Corey loves that guy.
I love this. Tim Waltz. I'm a hunter. I know guns. Also, Tim Waltz.
Right?
Yep.
Also the one to the right.
Yeah, we got one to the right.
Also, Tim Waltz.
Got that mushroom puzzle.
Karine Jean-Pierre. Violent crime is at nearly 50% year low. Whatever the fuck that means. Readers add context. Crime rates appear to be lower because two of the largest police agencies are no longer reporting data to the FBI. Why? Because the data that they would be reporting to the FBI is so off the charts
higher
that they absolutely could not ever report it to the FBI because it would absolutely indicate that there's a huge fucking problem. But by not reporting it, they get to go on TV and gaslight everybody and say that crime's actually down.
Correct.
Well, from a certain point of view, they are right. Okay? Follow me here for a second, all right? In the states that are highly conservative, where they have good firearm laws, crime is down by 50%. But in the Democrat bastion states, they're above 50%. I would say they're about at 150%.
Let him cook.
So, from a certain point of view, they may be right.
That just proves our point even more.
You'll find, Luke, that many of the truths that we cling to depend on your point of view.
I just figured I'd make that parallel.
Now go make out with your sister.
Ooh.
I think Night Strike got excited at the thought of that.
No. That wasn't excitement. That was, not.
I mean, that's I heard.
No. Stop.
You're my sister. You're my sister.
We're spaced Alabama, Luke. Bring the hot pocket.
Jesus Christ, everybody. Here we have Tampon Tim loading up his shotgun.
Tampon slugs.
That's how you load it, right?
Yeah, it's tampon shot.
Yeah.
How do you fuck up a break action? I mean, come on, man.
I know, right?
It's not a break action.
No, it's not. It's
a semi-automatic shotgun.
Was it a semi? It looked more like a pump.
That's what I thought was the pump.
No, it's a semi-automatic.
No, it's semi-auto.
No, yeah, the one he is 1100.
Yet he doesn't know how to. He doesn't understand how to load a tube.
It is a semi-automatic shotgun that holds too many rounds to be legal for hunting in the state in which he is using it, according to the internet.
Well, I have an 1100. I just have a plug.
That's what they're saying. He forgot the plug.
Oh, dude.
So they really do get on that when because never been hunting. So even if you have a 5-shot shotgun, and even though they tell you to only use 3 and you don't use 5 in there, they still get on you.
Oh yeah, they will.
So if you're hunting, there's like a good chance that a ranger is gonna fucking happen upon you because during hunting season, the rangers go patrol the hunting areas.
Not in Texas.
Well, I don't think it's done for you to how much ammo you should be able to hold.
So if you're hunting, then the guy will come up to you and be like, "Hey, let me check your weapon." And if your weapon holds too many rounds, they write you a big fat motherfucking ticket. That's the way it works.
You got to have that plug in it.
Like I said,
No,
capacity
I've
shouldn't
never
matter.
put a plug in any shotgun I've ever hunted with, ever in my life.
It's like a $1,500 fine per shell they
Of
pull
course,
out.
that being said, I mean, we're always, I mean, we, you know, I mean, well, I mean, the fucking Fish and Wildlife and all them little fuckers around in Texas, they can go wherever the fuck they want. But I've always, I mean, it's Texas, so it's all private land.
Hunting laws
So,
vary by state too.
I've never been hunting and run across one of those motherfuckers.
And I think if you're hunting on private land, the chances are like virtually zero that you're going to run into that, unless like your neighbors call the cops on you or something. You know.
Well, I mean, technically, like in Texas Fish and Wildlife, they can come onto your land during hunting season.
Yep.
Right, but how do they?
But I've just never seen them do it. I've never once run into them since the first time I fucking went hunting at like fucking, I don't know, 13, 14 years old or whatever the fuck it was. I've never seen one of those motherfuckers.
I know how to test this. Get a 50-round shotgun drum mag.
Boom, 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 boom.
And see if they come get you.
See what happens.
A couple of years ago, I bought a Mossberg 535 at Walmart, and it came with a plug in it. That's the first one I ever bought that had a plug in it.
See, it's probably cheaper to buy a plug to put on the shotgun, because I noticed like magazines that have like, oh, get a 3-round magazine and all that other stuff is more expensive than an actual magazine. I never understood that.
Well, nowadays, any shotgun that you buy that is quote unquote made for hunting, i.e., it's got like a ribbed barrel or anything like that, and it comes with a fucking plug. It's just a chunk of wood or a piece of plastic. I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah, mine was just a piece of wood.
Now I want to go hunting in Texas with an AA-12.
So do I, but I want to do it from a helicopter.
Yeah, from a helicopter, and I want like a whole herd of hogs below me that are herded into like a fucking canyon, so that they're all like shoulder to shoulder and can't get away.
I want to do it from a helicopter, or get on that Abrams tank that you can rent down there in Texas, and hunt hogs with that.
Oh, like a full auto 50 BMG?
Yes.
Dude, I want to spear hunt one of them. You know the adrenaline rush to freaking jump out of a tree or throw one at one of those little fuckers?
Like an atlatl?
And then that pig gore you.
No, just a regular spear.
But I would like to
much of an adrenaline rush as if you did the same thing in Walmart.
You're right. Good point.
Just hop out from behind the cereal aisle.
Don't touch my Fruit Loops,
fucking spears.
Do y'all know what an atlatl is?
An atlatl?
Yeah,
No.
how you pronounce it.
Yes, I'm well aware.
The spear throw deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of how he pronounces oil different too.
All.
No, it just sounded like you left out an L.
Addle.
It's an atlatl.
Here's what people think demons look like. Here's what they actually look like.
Truth.
Not really much of a difference.
How did they get all three of them standing next to each other is my question.
They were doing a summoning charm.
They were in a devil's three-way.
Oh.
You ever feel like the guy with his head poking up?
Yep.
I kind of do.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to duck that head back down because you see that lawnmower coming. It's coming hard.
Oh.
Giggity.
You know the nice thing with that is at least there's a few more heads popping up that can see you.
I mean, if all the heads pop up, then they can mow all they want. You know, it's fine. But as long as the majority of the heads are down, what's the saying? The nail that sticks out gets hammered.
Yep.
Do you guys think that these are feds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
They have to be. They're not showing their faces.
Yeah, everybody's been saying it.
I haven't seen the
Patriot
What is
front.
this?
They all fit. They're all wearing the same clothes.
Technically, Patriot Front and Blood Tribe are the same guys. They're all informants.
I feel like I could beat up like 9 out of 10 of those dudes.
The fuck are they?
Possibly more.
Right, especially Lardass there.
Just like one-on-one. Like, yep. I don't see one of them that's like, yeah, that guy could take me. Absolutely. Like maybe, I don't know. Maybe like one of them's like
Steve,
fucking.
that guy with suspenders and bottle caps.
Maybe one of them's wiry or something. I'm not sure.
But do you want to wrestle 7 of them?
Not at the same time, but like one at a time. Yeah, dude. Fuck that. I'll fucking fuck them up. Grind their fucking face into the pavement.
Curb
Step on
stomp.
their neck like fucking George Floyd, you know?
I'm grabbing.
Can you breathe, bitch?
I'm grabbing dicks and balls.
Good old Nick.
And if things go bad, I'll just grab one of those flagpoles and start shoving it up in orifices and stuff.
Yeah, then you can go spear hunting for real.
Yeah, that's what.
Hey, I'm just saying, get the baby
Talk
oil.
about
Might
a
be
hole
slippery.
in one.
Then finish
the
them
battle
off
cry again?
American History X style.
Jesus Christ.
That was okay.
Bayoneting fucking buttholes is what that turned into.
Go whaling.
So apparently, Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks, classical Democrat Party mouthpiece propagandist for the Democrat Party, has gone against the Democrat Party. She is now woken up, at least in part, to the evils and lies that she has been a direct participant in for the past fucking since Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah.
So she can fucking wake up. I still can't stand this insufferable bitch. I'm glad that she did.
Yeah, I watched that whole interview. It was pretty good. I mean, there's still a lot that you would disagree with her, that we would all disagree with her on, but she's actually acting reasonable in that disagreement now.
Is it genuine though? Is the question.
No.
Well, I think she had like 2 run-ins. What kind of changed it? I know.
Well, yeah,
She had a
because
run-in with a
she
homeless
got like
person.
literally molested on the street outside her house when she was walking her dog, and then she went on Young Turks and talked about it, and people fucking turned on her. She went in because she lives in California, because they all fucking do, and she went on Young Turks and started talking about how somebody needs to do something about all the fucking homeless people and all the crime in California, to which everyone on the left started trashing her, and that's what started it.
Yep.
Yeah, she got into it with her sling chain.
Yeah, according to her story, a couple of homeless dudes like walked up behind her while she was walking her dog, and one of them grabbed her by her hips and started like dry humping her from behind while the other dude was laughing while she was walking her dog, and like freaked her out, and she ran home, and then she goes and talks about it on the show, and everybody gives her shit and calls her a racist, even though she's like, I didn't even say what color the guys were, and by the way, they were white. But immediately I started getting called a racist because I went on there, told the story, and then said California needs to do something about its crime and homelessness.
Okay, so here's how I look at that then.
Racist.
The bitch who gaslit and victim blamed people, calling them racist, misogynist, homophobe, etc., etc., etc. Victim blaming the people who are victims of crimes, right? And saying that they're racist and everything. She's done this for years.
Yeah.
Now she's the victim of a crime.
Yeah.
And she gets called racist, and that wakes her up. It's like, bitch, that's just a taste of your own
if you
motherfucking
watch that interview, it's about an hour and 20 minutes long, and she multiple times said, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I did it
she's
to
a fucking
everybody.
hypocrite.
She's like, well, no, she's not being a hypocrite. She's literally, I don't like the bitch either, but I will give her due, because if you watch the interview, she literally says multiple times about multiple different topics. She's like, I was the one sitting there saying the same fucking thing because I was spun up, because I was in the bubble, because I only listened to people. I only heard the news that we were talking about. I did the same thing. She said, I thought all these same fucking things. And the minute something happened to me and I started saying something and I started asking questions, it all started happening to me too. And I fucking realized what was really going on. And she's like, and in all of that time, since all this shit's been going on, even though I was one of the people doing the same shit, the left is turning on me, but people on the right are like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, they're the ones treating me the way I don't deserve to be fucking treated because of what I did to them.
Amen.
So
yeah, well, I'm not part of that
I mean,
camp.
again, I think
I'm part
I
of the camp
don't
of,
agree
like-
with her on most things, and I don't like the bitch either. But she was not pulling like a fucking victim card or anything. She was like being straight up and saying, I understand I did this same shit, and now I see how fucked up it was.
I'm
Well,
still
it's
saying,
coming
like, I don't
around.
care. She could acknowledge that all fucking day. She still fucking did it.
Yeah.
She still participated in it. She did it. It wasn't like once or twice. It was
No, it was her job.
literally
That she literally did it all the time.
decades. For decades, she did this.
You guys know that
No, we all agree.
She can talk all
backpedaled
the
on-
shit she wants. She can bring anybody she wants with her. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. I'm never listening to one fucking red word out of her fucking mouth.
Dude,
I
but
can
if
give
that's-
one fucking shit about her fucking face or anything she fucking does. Fuck that fucking cunt in the fucking cunt with a fucking metal fucking dildo.
If that's going to be the standard, then I hope you're not voting for Donald Trump, who donated millions of dollars to Democrats and was a Democrat for 50 years, and who fucking advocated for putting his pro-abortion fucking sister on the Supreme Court when he first ran in 2016. Because by your standard, nobody can fucking change. And can't realize they did anything wrong.
My standard is the person who actively went out and destroyed people's lives, and then when her life got slightly destroyed, realized, oh no, I did something bad. Like, cool. I'm glad you realized it. I still don't fucking like you. I still don't give a fuck about you. I still don't want anything to do with you. I'm never listening to you. I never want anything to do with you. And fuck yourself forever. Yeah, I guess if that's a double standard, then I'm a fucking hypocrite too.
I'll say this on that. I'll give her some credit. At least she admits the problems, what's going on. Because I was surprised that, even same thing when Jimmy Dore left and all this stuff, then don't mess with them no more. But
When was the last time
It's
you
like
ever
matches, right? She's like
realized
playing
they did
matches in the
wrong
fucking
and-
fire in a gasoline fucking factory, and she burns the whole fucking thing down, and then her hand gets burned from the fire that she started with all the matches that she lit inside of the gasoline factory, and then she's like, "Oh man, you guys should stop playing with matches."
But when
Look
was
what
the
I
last
learned.
time
Let me ask you this, and
actually
again, I don't give a shit about her. But let me ask you this: do you feel the same way about Dave Rubin because he did the exact same thing?
He didn't do it for nearly as long. Dave Rubin okay, so yeah.
Dave
I
Rubin
don't feel
didn't
the
break
same way.
off until like 2018 was when he broke away.
And then
from
here's
Young
the other difference about Dave Rubin. Did Dave Rubin actively go out and like attack people and call people names, or did he try to
when
make?
he was on
arguments?
Young Turks, yeah, he did.
He tried
a
to
lot.
make arguments. When he was on Young Turks, he was a reasonable person. When they were more reasonable, and I actually listened to them. Yeah, he was, and that was back when like the left positions of anti-war and like anti-big fucking like I don't know, like industry or whatever that like would lobby the government and get their way over the American people, the capture of fucking 3-letter agencies through money and donations and revolving fucking doors. That was all the Democrats fighting against that back in the day. Don't forget that shit. Because like the fucking Republicans were all about it. The Republicans were all about the big business and the fucking military industrial. It was the neocons. It was the days of the fucking George Bush days, dude. People forget about that shit. And they're like, oh, well, Second Amendment, I've always been a Republican. Well, then you're a fucking retard because there's fucking 70 other things that you should care about too.
Yeah. But I was going to say, for her, at least she has changed, because that there are people out there that see the problem, but too cowardly, don't want to do anything or just hide their head behind the sand and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When's the last time a Democrat actually admitted they were wrong? And
Well, one of the reasons that she's been willing to come out and admit she was wrong was because the conservative side has been nicer to her. Like, that's one reason she's moving away from the left, because if you don't follow every single piece of their dogma, like, you're outcast, and that's why she left.
Yeah, they shun you immediately.
we haven't really changed much. We've always been accepting. Like, she experienced that we're nicer than the Democrats.
Okay,
It
would be like if like a Democrat talking head who just repeats the headlines and does the things and says the talking points, one day wakes up and says, oh shit, this has all been a lie. Let me go against this. Versus like, I don't know, like think of someone really bad, like Tapper or fucking what's that one bitch's name on MSNBC?
Joy Reid.
Maddow?
Yeah,
Maddow.
Rachel Maddow. Like Rachel Maddow comes out tomorrow and says, you know what? I'm actually Republican. I've decided that all of these attacks and stuff from the... I'd be like, great. I'm glad. I still think you're a fucking insufferable cunt, and I never want anything to do with you, and I will never listen to a word that you say, and I will never associate with you in any way, and I will never support a dollar in your direction. of any fucking kind ever for the rest of my life, as long as I draw breath. But like the random like fucking Democrat talking head who was just a regular guy who's like, okay, I've seen the light and I'm Republican now. Fuck yeah, dude. Welcome aboard.
See, I always figure Matt out a lot worse than her. Because then they always felt independent, even though they did some shady shit. But, you know.
Yeah, or Don Lemon. Thank you. That's another good example. Like Don Lemon comes out tomorrow. Or Cuomo. That's a great... Fuck Cuomo. Fuck Cuomo with a fucking stick. That
Fuck him
fucking
out to
piece
death.
of shit.
Yeah, he's
fucking
a liar.
lying, slithering snake.
He should be in prison for what he did during the lockdown.
And I think I think for me, I don't know about everybody else, but for me too, there's also a difference between people who I can look at, and even if I severely disagree with them and what they say and think, but there's a difference between people who, for one reason or another, genuinely believe what they're saying, and those who are lying. And when it comes to people like Cuomo and Maddow and those bitches on The View, like, I think they are lying. They do not believe the left-wing bullshit they spout.
I agree.
They are lying for control and for power of those people,
And money.
like your Clintons and your Obamas, and they're lying on behalf of them. And the people on MSNBC are lying on behalf of their fucking handlers who fucking pay them to fucking lie and that type of shit. And then you have other people who I severely disagree with, but I still have a level of respect for, which are your, you know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would put like what Dave Rubin was in that category. Like, he genuinely believed it, right? And then he changed his fucking mind.
Because he was trying to do good, and when he saw that what he was part of wasn't doing good,
so
he was like, shit.
So I guess for me, it's like it's on a case by case basis, right? Like, okay, I severely disagree with you, but you genuinely believe the shit you're saying. Maybe you're wrong, but you genuinely believe it, and you're coming at it from the same point of view as, let's say, people on the right who are anti-abortion, because they're like, no, you're killing babies, right? Like, people on the left think, no, that's not true. You're not killing babies. But those people on the left should at least understand, even if they don't believe it, like, oh yeah, of course they're that upset. They think you're fucking killing babies, right? So it's that same level of respect. So I at least have a level of respect, even if there's severe disagreement, for people who actually genuinely believe this stuff versus the bullshit fucking asshole fucking lying pieces of shit who know that it's all bullshit and they know what the deal is.
You don't think that was at some point Anna Kasparian? That she absolutely knew that what she was saying.
I don't know. I never,
because for a long time,
never watched Young Turks.
Young Turks
never watched any.
Well, hold on. The Young Turks as a show became a propaganda mouthpiece for the Democrat Party. 100%. You would turn on that show, and it would be like the same thing as watching MSNBC. It would be the same thing as watching Roland S. Martin, if you know who that is. Like, there's certain fucking personalities, certain fucking shows, certain people, certain things that for whatever reason, maybe they've been to the island, maybe they're bought and paid for, maybe they've got them by the balls on something, they've got some piece of dirt on them. I'm not sure what it is, but they are fucking shills 100% to the bone at this point. And they weren't like that before. When Dave Rubin was on the Young Turks, they were not like that. They were at least trying to tell the truth and, you know, maybe sometimes doing a bad job at it. But, like, they were at least trying. At some point in there, the fucking switch happened, and they turned into a propaganda mouthpiece. And Anna Kasparian was a centerpiece of that propaganda mouthpiece action for a really, really long time. And take that as technically as you want.
See, the problem is with her, I would say 80% she believes what she is, but mind you, she was fucking with Chang. For Chang, you can easily tell he was way more slimy, because even when he tried to run for politician and stuff, and he had to, like, I forgot what it was, because I guess the company for Young Turks he worked for, they were trying to unionize, and he didn't want that shit to happen because that would fuck them over.
I never watched the Young Turks. I never cared enough to watch the Young Turks. So the amount that I know about them and what they spouted off and purported and put out into the world is seeing clips, and occasionally when I would see, you know, one of them doing like a debate with Ben Shapiro, or, you know, doing somebody else's show that I might have been watching or something like that. And the only thing that I really remember, I guess, that I could say, okay, well, I know this about them, which somewhat flies in the face of them being Democrat talking points, is that I know against the entire Democrat Party, they were ridiculously fucking anti-Hillary Clinton and pro-Bernie Sanders, to the point that they were calling out the Democrat Party regularly for fucking up that election in 2016 and those primaries. And they were like, so I don't, but again, I don't know enough about them because I've never watched a single episode of their fucking show, or I don't even know how many fucking shows they have on the Young Turks. So I don't know. I've never given enough of a shit.
Well,
but I do know they were like,
they were like, here's all you need to know about their show. Think super duper Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
Go. That's their show. That's their whole fucking show.
Weren't they also part of the crew calling for people to be killed because we didn't want to get vaccinated?
Yeah,
well, specifically, it was
Chink
Chonk's
did.
ass was the Justice Democrats guys that got AOC and those people in office then.
It's like lots of those things are synonymous, right? Like if you
There-
are super duper Trump derangement syndrome, how do you feel about vaccines? Right? You guys know the answer. I don't even have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're super duper Trump derangement syndrome, think of another subject. How do you feel about it? Like that's how they go about shit. That's what they were. They're part of the propaganda, the mouthpiece. And they would attack people and call people names and call for fucking people to like go out and do things. Like they were really, really, really bad. And they still are. And I'm glad that she's not part of it. Don't get me wrong. But am I ever going to listen to her new podcast or whatever that she comes out with now because she's right wing? Fuck that shit with a fucking pointy stick. No.
Who's to say it's actually genuine and she's not just kind of like Trojan horse type thing coming in on the right to infiltrate?
Yeah, but I don't buy that until there's fucking proof, because that's the same thing they've been saying about Tulsi Gabbard for fucking years now, and she has consistently proven that is not the fucking case. And people were like, and I remember when she first fucking started coming out, just like Anna Kasparian is now, or like fucking Dave Rubin did back in like 2017, and fucking like when she first came out after all that shit that happened in the primaries and all the shit, you know, everything that went down back in 2020, and she was like, you know, hey, I'm seeing problems with the Democrat Party. And every time we would talk about it on the fucking show, I'd have people in the fucking audience going, she's a plant. Don't trust her. She's fucking part of the military industrial complex, and she's just going to fuck over Republicans. And you're stupid if you believe she's changed it all and all this shit. And now she's on stage with fucking Trump and shit, trying to get him elected. And so, like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. I will give people a fucking chance. Like, I don't have to like you or like anything you've ever done, but if you're like going to walk up and be like, hey, look, I fucked up. I made a lot of mistakes, and now I see it. I may not be like your biggest fan or really ever care about you, but I'll fucking give you a little applause and be like, okay, well, let's see what you do with it. And if you prove yourself over time that you really have fucking changed, then good for you. You know? Like
I guess I feel basically the same, but my main difference is, what were you doing that was so wrong, right? Because if it's like, okay, you catch your wife eating some snacks late at night when she said she's trying to lose some weight or whatever, you know, like no big deal. It kind of sucks. You shouldn't have done that, but you know, you learned your lesson. You're trying to get better. You catch a dick in her mouth.
It's just a snack, Honda. It's fine.
It's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's had the dick in her mouth, bro.
Let me get a second here because I haven't done it in a minute.
I can say, like, I'm glad that you're not sucking that dick anymore, but I'm still divorcing you. It's still fucking over.
I wonder if she's going to go full red pill or she's going to stay kind of like half blue, half blue.
That's the question.
I mean, she seemed in that interview where she's talking to, what's that chick's name? Jillian Michaels.
Jillian Michaels, yeah.
Yeah. They were both like, they were still talking about how I don't know. She came off as like just left of center, and she's like,
Insincere?
look,
Mhm.
she's like, this is how I was raised, was left of center, and it wasn't until I got in the Young Turks that I just got pulled into the rest of it. And before I knew it, I thought everything that I was saying and everything that I was advocating for was fucking, that was just the way it was. And he's like, and it took fucking, having all this shit happen to me to make me realize that. She's like, but I'm still left of center. She says, these are still my beliefs. I'm still, pro-choice. And she was naming off different shit. And she's like, I'm not right wing. I'll never be right wing. She's like, I'm always left wing. She's like, but the left and the Democrats, same shit Bill Maher talks about how fucking far they've gone and, all of this other shit and stuff. So, I mean, I don't think she's trying to, she at least, again, this is the only interview I've ever watched with her at any length. And honestly, the only reason I watched it is because of that Matt Walsh interview from like a fucking week or two ago that Jillian Michaels did. Popped up in my feed. So I watched part of it. So then that one popped up in my feed. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's see this. But like she didn't come across like she was trying to win any brownie points with conservatives. You know what I mean?
So like, let's say tomorrow, you know who my favorite interviewer or my favorite Trump debate moderator is?
Chris Matthews.
Chris Wallace.
Oh, sorry, Chris. I don't know, one of them.
The Wallace. The guy with the fucking glasses, and he sits up there and interrupts Trump and he fact checks him on stage and he's all nice to Biden. Remember that?
Yeah.
Look, that little fucking.
He's got a little cum in the side of his mouth.
And if he woke up tomorrow and said, "Oh my God, I've been so biased. I've been so wrong. I've done so many things that are wrong, and I'm changing now because I see things for the way they are." I'm like, cool, dude. Here's a fucking burning hot metal stick. Shove it up your fucking ass.
I think hell would freeze.
And again, to me, that comes down to I don't believe Chris, whatever the fuck his name is,
Wallace,
ever fucking believed any of that shit. He was doing it for money. He was doing it because that was his fucking job. So I find a lot less respect in that than if he'd actually believed left-wing propaganda and like it got, or whatever. Again, and I'm not saying that fits any of these other people we're talking about. None of us know if any of them are fucking genuine or not and whether they really did or didn't believe it or whatever. I'm just saying from just a kind of an abstract point of view, if somebody genuinely believes something and that's why they say the things they say and act the way they act, at least there's a level of like, okay, I understand they believe these things. That's why they're so, one-sided or passionate or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right. Whereas all these douchebags on all these major fucking networks, yeah, you're right. Because like you knew when you were doing it, it was totally fucking wrong. I don't believe for a second that you believed any of this shit. You were doing it because the network was paying you to fucking lie and paying you to, in his case, fucking interfere in a fucking debate. Like they were paying you to do that. And you fully well knew what you were doing. And you fully well knew that, what the Democrat candidate was saying was absolute lies and bullshit. And you fucking knew it. And you covered for him anyway. And you did it because you just wanted to get fucking paid. And that's it. And that's the only reason you did it, because you're not an ideologue. I at least have a level of respect for ideologues because they truly believe something, even when they're dead fucking ass wrong.
Right. And you can tell you can tell the people who believe like that in the way that they make their arguments.
Yeah.
Right. Like, for instance, in Furnace, love the guy to death, but there's certain things that he is an ideologue about, that he is convinced of, that he doesn't have any ill will, and it's the logical reactions to the information that he believes, the logical train of conclusions that she would come to based upon the presuppositions that you have based upon the information that you believe. But it's basically, it comes down to a disagreement in the presuppositions, right? You got to go back to the fundamental information and find out at a source level what's true and what's not true. And to get people to go back and re-examine their presuppositions it's pretty hard. You have to have something happen to you, like getting molested in front of your apartment and then having everyone who previously supported you make fun of you and call you racist, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. Maybe that's what she is. Maybe I'm being too hard on her. Maybe I am. And I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to accept that maybe I'm wrong. but I still don't want to listen to her. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Well, I mean,
I think she's basically gone where the left was like 30 years ago for their goalposts.
Well, and here's the thing. That's what's happening to a lot of these people. Whether it's Bill Maher or Kasparian or fucking this Jillian Michaels chick or whatever, right? You're finding a bunch of people that have just been on the left and Democrats for so long, and they were probably raised as normal 80s and 90s era Democrats, right? Mm-hmm. Clinton era Democrats. And then at some point in the late 2000s, it just started sliding, and they just found themselves just going with it and not really questioning things the way they should have, and just becoming convinced that their side's always made sense my whole life. Why wouldn't these new things that are being introduced not make sense? Let me hear their arguments. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, they're right. And then before you know it, it's gone. And I think for each of them, there's probably, like Jillian Michaels talks about how it was when she fucking spoke out about, because she's a fucking, that's what she did, was she was a workout guru, when she spoke out and said, oh no, this idea of healthy at any weight is not true. You should try to take care of yourself and stuff like that. And she got trashed, and that's what pushed her over. And I think what's happening is a lot of these people are just getting pushed back to where they were in the 90s. They're getting pushed back to that Clinton era Democrat, which is a much more, I still disagree with them on a bunch of shit, but a much more reasonable Democrat, you know what I mean? That you can actually have a conversation with, without wanting to fucking slaughter someone.
You pretty much hit it there, Matt.
The party arguably was actually, in at least publicly, working for the small guy, like the common dude, the working guy, It wasn't about, like, they were the party of small donations and like grassroots programs and fucking
and like securing the border and protecting Americans' jobs.
Yeah,
like that.
Because that was good for the workers. That wasn't good for the corporations. And the Republicans at that time were in favor of more open border policies because that let more workers in, which drove down the price of labor, which helped their bottom line.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's 100% switched in that respect, because now the Democrats are 100%, like, the billionaires besides Trump and Elon Musk and maybe one or two more are all for the Democrats. And I wonder sometimes, dude, how many of them have been to the island?
All of them. No shit, right?
Because there's the island. There's the list of the people that have been to the island that we never got. There's the DC Madam. Do you remember the DC Madam?
I do, yeah.
The DC Madam had a whole list of senators and House of Representatives and et cetera, vice presidents, things like that. Maybe Obama, who knows, who were clients of her mistresses. And then she went on Alex Jones's show, Infowars.com, and said in front of everybody, I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. If I kill myself, I didn't kill myself. And then 2 days later, who's fucking like skinning their fucking microphone with a knife right now?
Actually, sounds more like they're trying to skin their cat.
They're eating the dog.
They're eating the dog. They're eating the cat. The cat.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Or trying to cut off a toenail.
Damn it, Ohio, eating all the cats.
But
it's going on in Maine and other places now too.
Man, I completely lost my train of thought there.
I mean, we know where you were going with Honda.
Finally, we've done it to you.
She said I'm not suicidal.
Oh, and then she showed up 2 days later, dead from suicide. Right?
Haitian hash browns.
Haitian hash browns. Exactly.
Okay, so there was that one. So you've got the Epstein list, which we don't have. You have the DC Madam list, which we don't have. What about the Congressional public funded payout fund for sexual assault victims of Congress? Do you guys know about this?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, there is a taxpayer funded bank account basically with a bunch of fucking money in it, millions of dollars, that's there only to pay off people who accuse senators and House of Representative members and et cetera, people in the government of sexual assault and other sexual crimes to keep them quiet. It's hush money. So
correct.
Like
There's so many sexual
so you're
scandals.
hanging out with a senator, and he puts it inside of you when you don't want to, and you threaten to come forward with the story, and then they pay you $1 million. Well, there's a whole list of people who've been paid out, and a whole list of senators and such that have been paid out on behalf of. But we don't have that list either, do we?
Nope.
Wasn't there one fun same thing too with the people from the Vatican too that were doing that shit?
Well, that's the Vatican. There's one more list though.
Pizzagate.
The Diddy list. How many influential Hollywood billionaires, executives, people in power, senators, governors
Leo.
What?
have been to a Diddy party?
But you know,
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
did you hear about them? Complaining about the whole in the news about the whole 600 bottles of baby oil. Like his lawyer was like, well, it's just like you can buy in bulk at Costco. It's like, yeah, how many bottles of baby oil do we have, honey? Oh, we only got 400. All right, I'll go down to the Costco and pick up 600 more.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight night, if you know what I mean.
It's just like that whole defense is like, dude, do you hear yourself?
So that
Yeah,
I'm
how
just
many
saying,
bottles
dude,
of baby oil did they confiscate from his place?
They confiscated like 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
And
So-
didn't it test positive for like some kind of like sedative or
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Spermicide, yeah.
so the point is that there are 4 fucking lists of powerful, influential billionaires, heads of business, heads of state, heads of government, etc., that the FBI, CIA, powers that should not be, absolutely have in their hands, i.e., blackmail information on all these people, judges, everybody. And we don't have a single name. There has not been a single prosecution. And people who have had information that they wanted to bring public have showed up suicided. Weird.
Oh, God.
And the ball keeps turning.
Do you want to go on the record now?
Honda is not suicidal.
And here's a palate cleanser.
I'm coming in hot.
That's a good beat.
I like it.
I need to get one of those trucks.
All right. Have you seen the jellyfish UFO?
Ooh.
There are multiple pictures of these.
Where's Duke when we need him?
Oh, yeah.
Makes my butt squirm.
It's gonna. Wait till it gets all the tentacles in.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a giant tick.
It does. It does.
That's fucking weird, dude.
That was a reassuring.
Made those. Here's North Carolina.
Tonight, the North Carolina Board of Elections announced changes to voting rules in counties impacted by Hurricane Helene. And some people are concerned. Senior political correspondent.
Do you think this is going to change everything? Because they got to change the voter rolls and change the way that voting's happening because of the hurricane. It's going to be like fucking COVID 2.0. Like, oh, well, COVID wasn't going on, but look at all these people who couldn't vote because of the hurricane. Oh, look, they did vote. A lot of Democrats voted.
Show of hands in here. Who was actually affected by that particular hurricane? I'm raising my hand, by the way.
Shut up, Night Strike.
I'm not raising my hand.
I know you're not. You're on the other side of the country.
West Coast.
We all will
West
be.
Coast.
I'm literally raising my hand.
I know. I get the joke.
Shipping and logistics, everybody's going to be affected.
Everybody's going to be affected, but the problem is North Carolina got the worst of the winds, and the left half of the state is out of power right now, and things are bad. Still, yeah, they're trying to get it back up, but it's pretty bad.
Well, they gave all the Transformers to fucking Wakanda. I mean, Ukraine.
Damn.
I think Wakanda's in South Africa, not Eastern Europe.
You know, it is the most prosperous African country ever to exist.
Yeah, that's fictional. Because
Yeah, I mean, not in reality. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't mean that. I just meant,
Because in reality, no South African nation is prosperous.
It's not fictional.
Well, I mean,
South Africa.
South Africa. Fuck.
I thought it was in the middle of Africa or up
Come
north.
on now, y'all. Give him a chance.
So the caption is, do I return fire?
Yes.
It took me a minute to get it. Don't move until you see it. Don't move until you see it.
Guys, there's a fucking bullet hole right there.
No, that's not what we're looking at.
Come on.
It's an acorn.
It's an acorn, yeah.
And then the
We're
guy
not all
says,
retarded.
do I return fire?
Possibly.
No.
Do you get it now?
Yeah.
It's a gay joke.
Why is your carbon
Jesus
concentration
Christ, dude, are you guys retarded? It was the fucking cop who got like.
No, we get it.
We
just didn't want it.
Oh my god.
We're not in law.
I hate all of you.
We're not in
We're
law.
not all stupid cops.
Well, I know you
Why
didn't.
is your running board looks like XD slide serrations?
Wow.
Lovely's joke for the win.
I like this. Gun owners watching non-gun owners stockpile apocalypse supplies for them.
Delicious.
We don't want to be werewolf preppers.
Well, I mean,
I understand scavenging.
you're buying guns and ammo, but no water, and you're looking at them like 3 days.
That actual term, werewolf preppers.
Yeah, that's the preppers that just like stockpile guns and ammo and shit to go raid people for their supplies.
We go on raid.
No, you just wait till they run out of water, and then you come over with water and trade them for half of their supplies for a little bit of water. You Native American them.
Ooh, 12 gauge for a 12-pack of water. Deal.
No,
Maybe
like all of your food for
Indian
this case of
yogurt.
water, because you're gonna die without this case of water.
Whistling Diesel's making a killdozer.
This is it.
Why would you ever arm someone in an apocalypse situation? Like, oh, I'll trade you water for a gun.
You wouldn't, because they can use.
Now
like,
I have a
against
gun
you.
and I'm going to take my water back.
No, I have both.
Yeah, that's like the dumbest thing you could do. Unless you trust them. I mean, if you trust someone, that's different. But
I would argue in an apocalypse type situation, you shouldn't trust anyone.
I mean, that list gets smaller.
Those are it. That's what I was talking about earlier.
I trust you, nice, right?
Yeah, sure you do, Leo.
Out to be. What were you talking about earlier?
Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I thought that was like the all the lights in the sky.
No, this is the dead birds in Tampa as the hurricane was coming in.
My God.
Almost like they got microwaved or something. Seems like when they do weather control stuff, the birds get affected too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this for a fact. I'm just looking at like evidence of things that have happened in the past, and then this happens. It's like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It's almost. I don't know if they created the hurricane, but I think they probably, if they have the power to, which I think that they do, they directed it. And they took it south of Tampa because if it had gone north of Tampa, it would have been way fucking worse. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Rob Schneider was a Trump supporter.
Actually,
know this?
Actually, lately,
yeah, you're late.
he's come out as a conservative instead of a
Lately, what the fuck have y'all been paying attention to?
Yeah, I was about to
10
say,
years,
Rob Schneider been
dude.
saying a lot of shit against Hollywood for the longest.
He's become very.
I hadn't seen the
evangelical.
news.
In the last decade, you haven't seen the news?
No,
Rob Schneider is now a conservative.
Yeah, he's
Why do you
serious.
think? What do you think happened to his career about 10 years ago?
It snaked because he came to our side.
I'm
It
guessing
wasn't
none of
even
y'all
that he
follow him
came
on
to our
Twitter.
side. He just started like when he saw ridiculous shit, instead of like
calling
what
out.
most people in Hollywood do, which is be quiet. He started like being like, "Hey, y'all know this is crazy shit, right?" And then they started fucking outing him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with everything he says here. No more censoring people who disagree with government. No more lawfare against political opponents. No more forever wars. That's a huge one for me. No more open borders and human trafficking and fentanyl that they come with. No more putting Americans last when there's a disaster while Biden and Harris give billions to other countries. No more allowing narcissistic failed male athletes in girls' sports. No more child mutilation surgeries, conversions. No more 26% inflation causing Americans to choose between gas and groceries. No more firing federal workers, soldiers, and nurses who refuse to experimental gene jabs. No more allowing the capture of federal agencies and industrial FDA, CDC, NIH, FCC, etc. No more making Americans sick and fearful. No more woke Marxist race theory garbage taught in public schools. No more pornography books and grammar schools. No more violent rhetoric against political opponents. And no more Democrat puppets who pretend to be, what's it say? President while Americans have no idea who's really running their country. That's pretty good.
Amen.
10 out of 10. Liberals used to scream baby killers at Vietnam veterans. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Yeah, that was also an Alanis Morissette joke. Oh, this one's free.
Punk ass, bushy ass, hook ass nigga. What?
We can't listen to this. They're just illustrating the diversity of the word. That's
We just gonna stop there.
Okay, fine.
Nigga, nigga, evil. Nigga, tell these niggas.
He sent a nigga some free CDs.
You high yelling nigga. Nigger.
Yep, that's where we're at.
That was a hard R. That was a hard R, that last one.
That was a vanilla gorilla in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard R by
That
a white
sounded
dude.
like the Boondocks.
Yeah, that's
I've
exactly.
seen that before.
That was the Boondocks, exactly.
It's actually a good show.
Because I heard Uncle Ruckus there.
Rip John Witherspoon.
No relation.
Look at me. I don't believe in conspiracy theories because my government loves me. I like that.
10 out of 10.
Here we have tornadoes in the mountains. And I know for those of you who don't live in mountain areas that, what's the big deal? It's a tornado. Tornadoes, as far as I understand, I have lived in Colorado for nearly 40 years now. There's never been a tornado in the mountains that I ever have seen before this. This is the first one I've ever seen.
But it
In
happens
Montana.
all over the country, so it doesn't, it's not unheard of that it happens on a mountain.
No, it's
I've never heard of a mountain
basically
tornado.
unheard of for it ever to happen on a mountain because
That actually looks pretty damn cool, though. If you
That looks scary.
well, what a tornado needs is a pocket of hot air above a pocket of cold air, and the pocket of hot air has to want to rise above the cold air, and it creates a fucking funnel effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because of the shape of mountains, it breaks up those pockets of air, right? Because it lifts up the air and mixes it just by the air moving over it. So for it to happen in the mountains, it has to be some kind of weird special conditions that very rarely ever fucking happen. Because it literally, like we have tornadoes in Colorado all the time. Not in the mountains. It's always in the plains. It's always in the flat areas like Kansas. It's just like Kansas of Colorado. Like Colorado's got a lot of Kansas in it, People
Well,
forget about
Toto.
it.
I think
Yeah,
that's
you're
a
right.
Bethesda game, and that's a
That's-
dragon up there.
Well, like the whole tornado belt is the fucking Great Plains. And the edge of the tornado belt is where it starts getting hilly in Colorado. Like that's where the tornadoes stop. You don't get them past a certain point.
Yeah, it's also hard to do a tornado because how freaking cold it is up top of a mountain.
It's just weird, dude. Like again, like I've just never seen it before in my entire life.
Like a double rainbow.
It's so beautiful.
So we have gas stations in Florida who were putting bags over the fucking gas pumps.
They're
But
trying to trick us.
If you just pump it anyway, they still have gas. They're just trying to trick people.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
We have an updated government assistance purposes map. This is for government so that they know where to send money. Here we have Israel and West Israel, North Ukraine and South Ukraine. Here's Georgia, but it's the one near Ukraine, not the one in Georgia. This is Lebanon and North Lebanon. And of course, we have somewhere else that's not the United States that you can send money to. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that was a joke somebody did, and I took the joke even further, saying the state of South Ukraine needs assistance.
Yeah.
or no, it was like the Ukrainian state of South Carolina needs help.
Here we have approximately where Night Strike is in the Great Kiev Mountains.
No, I'm closer towards the Atlantic. At least according to
You
this
mean
map.
the Black Sea?
Yeah, that would be the Dead Sea, actually. Yeah.
The Dead Sea, right.
The Dead Bird Sea.
I did not see that coming.
I mean, either sea's closer than the Atlantic, but
Oh, this makes me happy. Do you guys know who this little punk is? I can't.
Yes,
remember.
I know who that faggot is.
I can't remember his
Should
name.
we
right
care?
Now.
Jack Doherty.
Jack
Yeah,
Doherty. So he's this like fucking like 90-pound little fucking punchable face looking retard white kid who walks around with like a 250-pound black fucking bodyguard, and he like antagonizes people and pisses people off in public. And then when they try to do something, his bodyguard steps to him.
Is he the one that was shot?
No, but he got in a car accident with his Ferrari. Oh, you got to play the sound. This is great.
Break the fucking window! Oh! Oh! Help! Oh, fuck, can you hold this? Oh, fuck. Oh. No, my fucking car, bro. Oh.
God, look at
Fuck,
that guy.
dude.
Holy cow, look at this dude.
Damn.
Is he in Mexico?
Bro. Sorry.
Fuck, dude.
Fuck.
My fucking car.
Let me
Yeah.
film it, by the way.
Well, I mean, you gotta if you're Jack Fuckface Doherty, you gotta make money, right? So you gotta film all your dumb shit.
Holy shit, no.
I've got a black
Are you
bodyguard to
fucking
help him.
kidding me, bro?
That's why you have insurance, dumbass.
Right.
No.
Sure, your premium's
Mike,
still
are you
up, but
good?
still.
Oh shit.
Bro, his friend got fucked up.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I'd be suing. Like, oh, you got money, don't you? Bitch.
Is he the one that was antagonizing people to the point where he actually got shot by somebody?
No,
No, he was antagonizing people. He's the one who was walking all weird and
No,
stuff.
the guy that got shot didn't make it.
No, yes, he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
shit,
he
I've been
made
just
it.
super chats with
Yeah,
the motherfucker.
yeah, he
I'm
did.
an asshole. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh my god. Daniel, I'm sorry. I'm going to say this for the next 5 minutes.
But they finally got it.
For every super chat I read, I got to apologize now. Daniel took 4.5 hours to dig that fucking kidney stone out.
But did they get it? That they finally got it. Thank God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hopefully they did. That fucking sucks, dude. Hope you get better, Daniel.
Rip uterus. I mean, urethra.
Will never be the same.
It also took me 4.5 hours to get to your super chat. I'm sorry.
Daniel,
Stephen
you
Carroll,
forgot.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stephen. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to ignore your. Says Night Strike. Why have you forsaken North Carolina?
I really haven't. It's not my fault. Things just run on their own now without my interference.
That's the way you set it up. That's right. You knew this would happen then. Guns and Barbecue
really.
dropped in $5 and says, "You know things are bad when Night Strike is talking about getting it up."
Ouch! Ow! That one hurt.
And I'm
I
sorry,
felt that
Guns and
one,
Barbecue.
physically.
I'm an asshole. I wasn't looking at the chat. I was being an asshole. I'm sorry.
When was he talking about getting it up?
Yeah, that means something else, doesn't it?
And what variant of AK was he talking about?
No, he's talking about cleaning an SKS.
I knew it.
Pat Riot. I'm sorry, man. I suck. Says Rob lost contact with his daughter for his values.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Rob Snyder.
Yeah.
See, this is what happens when you don't read super chats for fucking. You have to think
2
about it.
2 hours.
So sorry, guys. I'm like, I feel really bad. I feel honestly really bad. I fucked up. And Gerald Cagney says tornadoes hit Chattanooga all the time. Is Chattanooga a mountain?
Isn't it right next to the
it's in Tennessee.
Chattahoochee?
Chattanooga? What is Chattanooga?
So
It's a part of
city in-
It's a
planet.
city in Tennessee.
Chattanooga?
What, you've never heard of the Chattanooga Choo Choo?
All right, we're opening it up in maps. We're looking at Chattanooga.
It's an axe, not an actual
Train.
train.
Yeah, there's some hills around there. There's some hills around there. I don't know. Whatever, bro. I've just never seen it. In the entire time I've ever lived in Colorado, there's never been a tornado that I know about. Maybe I'm wrong. In the mountains or the foothills or near the foothills. It's all been in the plains. It's all been out east. Honda ain't a southerner. Tornado Valley.
I live in Tornado Alley.
I don't want to deal with no tornado.
I mean, tornadoes ain't shit, bro.
Jesus Christ.
They go by you. They take out your
I mean, do you want your stuff blown? I mean, your house all destroyed and everything all blown out?
Yeah, but the odds are in your favor. Like it doesn't usually it'll go through your neighborhood and take out your neighbor's house and not yours sometimes. You know, like the odds that it actually takes your shit out are pretty fucking small.
Can I just say, as somebody who grew up where there was tornadoes all the time and have lived for the last 22 years someplace where hurricanes and tropical storms are much more common, I'd much rather deal with hurricanes and tropical storms than fucking tornadoes. By a lot. By a whole lot.
Yeah, I would too.
Tornado, you're either all right or you're not.
The line of the night, tornadoes ain't shit, bro. That's the line.
I was earthquakes.
Spoken like somebody who's not held onto their own ass in a bathtub before.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing when you grow up and you talk to people who aren't from fucking Tornado Alley, and they don't know what you're talking about when you talk about hiding in the bathtub. And it's like, that's literally something we are just raised from the time we can fucking comprehend language. That if you hear the sirens, get in the fucking bathtub.
Damn, no cellar or nothing? You ain't got that?
In
No.
school, they teach you to go to the fucking hallways and hunker against the damn lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
duck and cover.
there was a tornado that went through my neighborhood when I was like 8 years old, and it took out some houses in the neighborhood. But our neighborhood was fine.
Tornado.
And then the people who were there, whose houses got taken out, you know where they were at? In the basement, because we have basements here. Because we're not fucking weird ass Texas that doesn't have basements, and you have to get the bathtub because you can just go to your basement and it can rip the whole house away, and you're fine because you're in the basement.
It's because of the ground.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They got weird soil
Yeah, it
thing.
has nothing to do with just people don't want to build fucking basements in Texas. It's because the ground
Weird
is
ass
not.
Texas shit, man. I don't know what you're all about over there, but you should build basements.
Colorado root cellar
Figure
hobbits.
that shit out.
Yeah, it's rare to find a house in Texas with a basement.
And so where I grew up, between the months of like end of February, beginning of March, all the way into mid-June,
on average, I would have a tornado somewhere close to me once every couple weeks. I've been in buildings that the roof's gotten ripped off of. I've been in buildings that fucking I was in my fucking bedroom one time when a tornado came by and knocked down like a fucking 200-year-old tree that crashed through the roof of my bedroom while I was in it.
Damn.
Fortunately, the structure fucking didn't collapse, but the fucking roof, I could fucking see outside. Scared the fucking balls out of me. Like, scared the shit out of me. There was a hole right above my fucking head. I've had fucking cars torn up. I had a dumpster go through the wall of the apartment building I lived in the apartment next door to mine because they picked up the dumpster and blew it through the fucking brick wall. So, yeah, I'd rather deal with fucking hurricanes than goddamn tornadoes.
Maybe if you get out of the trailer park and build a basement, you'd be fine.
It's like literally.
See, this is why I can't live in
Those would have
Dallas.
been the times that go by.
The ground cracks
for
really
luck,
bad
man.
here in Texas for the heat.
Fucking dumbass Texans can't figure basements out.
See, that's why I'd rather deal with earthquakes. Hurricanes and tornadoes are no joke.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'm just antagonizing you guys.
Too many rattlesnakes.
Our ground cracks really bad during the heat, so I wouldn't want to be in a basement then.
Gerald Cagney says, "Sorry, not needed. We all know you're a vibrating penis." All right. At least I'm a vibrating penis. Well, I don't know, man. I guess that's all we got for today. You know, some basement talk at the end. We talked about UFOs, a little bit of guns. We talked about Anna Kasparian for a really long time tonight. So that was interesting and unexpected. Because I thought we were going to say, yeah, fuck that cunt, shut the fuck up, and move on. But we had Kasparian Simps in the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's a podcast. There's always something.
We got to talk about something, right?
If she would shut her mouth, I might do it. Just saying. Anyway. Deuces, y'all, shall not pee in fridge. Trouba to Shabanaba to pressure. Batacat care. Prect the troops. 2 words made in America. And we'll see y'all next time.
Penis.
Deuces.
Tornadoes ain't shit.
Tornadoes.
Them hurricanes.
Never enough knives.
I stick by it. Your odds of your house getting damaged by in one tornado are very low versus your odds of your house getting damaged in one hurricane. Very high.
This is true.
It's no.